SpongicX here with more custom characters from SoulCalibur VI that I made. First up, we have handsome Squidward from the SpongeBob episode, Two Faces of Squidward. I don't know why, I just thought it'd be really funny to try recreating that. I decided to give him Raphael's moveset. I don't know why, I just thought it'd be funny.
Warriors cross swords beneath the gaze of the ancient.
That sounds like something Squidward would say.
I'll snap your
Battle
versus Dr. Eggman from Sonic. God, this looks so awesome.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
battle to fight.
I mean, how great would it be to get a Super Smash Bros. Game with a customization tool as in-depth as SoulCalibur VI is, instead of those, you know, compared to the Mii's, this stuff is amazing. I hate the Mii customization. It always felt too limited compared to the stuff you could make in SoulCalibur V and VI. Heck, we'd be lucky enough just to be able to, you know, change the color palettes of our characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, it's being helped made by some people from Bandai Namco after all, so if only they got people from Project Soul to help out to improve the customization modes in Super Smash Bros., that would be great. Up now is a humanized version of Blaze the Cat from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Blaze was always my second favorite female Sonic character, right after Amy.
Fine. Come on. Battle one. Fight.
I won't let you.
Yeah, the feather accessory did a really good job at being a good replacement for Blaze's hair. There's some, like, she had like those strands of hair. Well, I don't know what they were, but the strange hairstyle she had, you couldn't really replicate that with the regular hair in this game. So there's a feather accessory, and I painted them all a pinkish purple color, and that did a good job at serving its purpose. I just wish I could have given her a better outfit overall. I mean, I think I did a good job at recreating her coat, but as for like the white suit she wears underneath, I wasn't really able to replicate that pretty well. It looks a little too shiny and gray here. Wasn't quite able to give her the right shoes either. She basically has a replica of Sonic shoes, but they're more high heel shoes, and wasn't quite able to replicate it like that, but wasn't able to give her like the fuzz around her arms and shoes either. She had like, instead of like regular sleeves, she had like this real fuzzy sleeve texture. Wasn't quite able to. Up now is Sora and Riku from Kingdom Hearts 1, but it's basically them older but using their Kingdom Hearts 1 clothing. I really do like how these turned out, but I am a little disappointed of how there's something I couldn't quite avoid with making Riku, and that's the fact that if you look closely, you can notice how part of his pants is clipping through his shirt, and I did not want it to look like that. Wish I could have given Sora some bigger shoes as well, replicate how he has those giant Mickey Mouse shoes. Sword I was able to pick for Sora kind of resembles the sword from the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1 during the kind of like the training session. Siegfried and Siegfried and Nightmare did a good, they were a good moveset for Sora and Riku in my opinion. Replicating how one side is one side has the power of
Victory
light, and one
goes
side
to
has the
last
power of
one
dark.
standing.
Battle 2. Fight! Start coming! No mercy! Take this! One strike!
Never thought I'd see Riku riding a dark horse.
Give it up!
That felt so satisfying, especially since I still have haunting memories of fighting, of those repetitive fights with the Riku replica in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. So it always feels good to kick Riku's ass. So up next, we're gonna show how Riku plays.
Night Unknown Soul.
Sorry about that.
A merchant ship.
Let's go!
So, you're still floundering, mortal.
That's all I'm
Battle 1. Fight!
I just realized that it could be possible to make Marluxia from Chain of Memories, which is also an old moveset.
Underestimated you.
I have a few other Kingdom Hearts characters to show that I've made so far in this game.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Yeah, there's one item I wasn't quite able to put on Riku that I wish I could have, and that's the fact that in the original game he wore suspenders, and there aren't quite overalls or suspenders to put, so I had to leave that out. But I still think I was able to replicate the color of his shirt and pants pretty well. It's just missing those suspenders.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
And now back to the road.
God, that looks so distracting, the way his pants is clipping through his shirt. Makes it look like he got blue frosting. Now we have Kairi in her Kingdom Hearts 2 appearance. I always liked her Kingdom Hearts 2 appearance much better than how she appeared in Kingdom Hearts 1, so I thought I'd go with that. I also still like it better than how she looks in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know, I don't like how Kingdom Hearts 3 decided to make the characters look younger when Kingdom Hearts 2 made them look older. I just don't really like that. I thought they looked better when they had longer hair.
So easily, you know.
Battle 1. Fight!
Cool, huh? You're gonna. It's nothing. You're mine. Take this.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 2. Fight!
Funny to realize that we have Samus narrating a Kingdom Hearts themed battle. See, I looked it up and it turns out the voice of the narrator is in fact the guy who voiced Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts 2. I always figured that was him, but I never bothered looking it up for some reason. I did last night though, and yet that confirmed it.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
You're not as pathetic as I thought.
Now we have Kameo from Kameo Elements of Power, a very underrated game for Xbox 360 by the once great video game developers Rare. Oh, we have Microsoft to thank for ruining them.
Let's get this fight started.
I don't know why, I just decided to give Kameo Sungmina's moveset. Thought it'd be fitting since a lot of the soldiers in Kameo's kingdom would carry around staff, so I mean, obviously there isn't a moveset that allows you to transform into 10 different warrior monsters like Kameo allowed you to do, so thought this would work. For some reason I decided to summon Sungmina as my opponent for 2 battles in a row. So weird, you select random hoping it'll be something randomly different every time, and then you get the same character twice in a row.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Battle 2. Fight.
You're mine. I'll end this. Brace yourself. On guard. How about this?
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
How about this?
And Kameo is the victor. Let's see, who do we have now? Master Aqua from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Aqua was always my favorite character out of the Birth by Sleep's cast of characters. Man, I really hope she gets saved in Kingdom Hearts 3.
So you wanna fight?
Just like a lot of other people, I was shocked when they revealed that she got possessed by Xehanort.
Battle 1. Fight.
I don't know why, but I decided to give her RAPHAEL's moveset. Just couldn't quite think of whatever moveset would fit Aqua better of the characters in SoulCalibur. I also made Terra and Ventus. They didn't turn out... Well, Terra turned out okay, but Ven... I didn't have enough to work with to try making a good, accurate portrayal of him in this game. I think Aqua turned out really fine, though, appearance-wise.
Mercy. I have
Like, overall, she definitely resembles Aqua more than how Terra and Ven look in this game. Wasn't quite able to replicate their hair as well as I was for Aqua. I'm hungry. Yeah, that sounds like something Aqua would say. And now we have Rouge the Bat from Sonic the Hedgehog. Overall, I think it turned out pretty fine. It's just that the fact that, wow, Rouge the Bat normally doesn't have a midriff showing, but there's really nothing I could do. Wasn't really an outfit I could quite make to replicate Rouge's outfit, so the best I could do was just give her pants and give her, you know, something to make it look like that heart-shaped top she has, but I couldn't quite cover up that midriff, unfortunately. And her wings look a little too oversized. There was nothing I could do about that either. But overall, I think I was able to recreate her pretty well. I was even able to put the little pink heart designs on the tips of her boots. I decided to give her Ivy's moveset for some reason. So I don't know, there's always something about Ivy that reminded me of Rouge the Bat. I guess you could say it was the white hair and the oversized, well, you know what. And how fitting, the randomly selected character is Cervantes, Ivy's evil father. That was a cool move. I almost considered giving her Taki's moveset, but I just noticed I was using Taki's moveset for way too many characters, so I just wanted to try using a different moveset. I just thought Ivy would work.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
I see even dogs have some honor.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, I wasn't able to replicate him pretty well, unfortunately, but Shadow versus Sonic. I also am planning on making Silver the Hedgehog sometime, but I forgot to make him while making my latest round of characters, but I'm thinking of making him sometime soon. I'll probably give him Aswell's moveset.
This fight will be a pleasure.
Wow, that almost sounded like Jason Griffith.
Fine, I'll fight. Battle 1. Fight. On your
Thought it'd be fitting to give Shadow Soul Edge with Nightmare's moveset.
Not yet.
I'll say this battle turned out more fun than I was expecting. Nightmare's moveset works so well with Shadow, especially if that, like, one blast attack he has, it really looks like Chaos Blast from Shadow's game.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
That was cool.
Battle 2. Fight. Come on. On your You're mine.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
I am the ultimate life form.
Soul of MITSURUGI.
I updated Lyn a bit. She was one of the first characters I showed off for my previous custom character video. I noticed I made Lyn a little too thick in that video though, and so I decided to kind of tweak her up a bit. So I just thought I'd show a new video, show off the differences I made with her.
So, you wanna fight?
I'll silence your incessant mouth forever. Battle 1. Fight.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Incinerate you. Fight.
No light! Hurt some. Amateur. Ready? We'll go easy. Farewell. Pitiful.
I still think Lyn should have been playable in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
For the fallen who fought so
I would have taken her over Chrom any day.
Battlefield's where I belong.
She would have had a more unique moveset than some of the other Fire Emblem characters. She probably would have been the more rapid fighting of the team. I mean, if anyone played Fire Emblem Warriors, they know what I'm talking about. She is one of the best playable characters in that game. There's a reason why she was a harder character to unlock. Oh boy. So I upgraded my Mario Brothers models. I decided to give them bigger noses. It just looks cringier, but more funny to look at. I also did the same with Wario and Waluigi. I did a little more tweaks to Waluigi though. I managed to recreate his mustache a little better, and I was even able to recreate his emblem on his hat. Can't really do the same for Mario, Luigi, or Wario, unfortunately, because there aren't really any stickers in the game to help you properly recreate those. But for Waluigi, I was able to make something close. For some reason, a lot of the times when I choose Luigi and I randomly select the stage, this stage always shows up for some reason.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Battle 2. Fight.
Imagine how a Super Smash Bros. Game would look if it had graphics like this. No, I'm not saying like the characters should look this realistic, but I mean like what stage-wise, like what if the lighting and details were as good as this, but the characters still look cartoony, but they had a little more detail to them. I would love that. I was kind of disappointed that Super Smash Bros. Wii U and Ultimate decided to go for a more cartoony looking appearance than the previous games. Like, while you can say Melee and Brawl look very dated now, they still look very good for the time when they released. There weren't any other games that quite looked like them at the time. And so I was really hoping to see them, you know, step forward and improve upon those visuals. And instead, it looks like they kind of went backwards a little bit. I mean, for crying out loud, you could argue that Super Mario Odyssey has better graphics than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is insane because ever since Melee, there was something about the Smash Bros. Games where those were the only times you guys see the characters in a more detailed looking environment. And I always loved that, and darn it, they decided to go for a more casual appearance with the later ones, and that's a little disappointing. Anyways, here's Wario versus Waluigi with updated models. Last time I did a video of Wario versus Waluigi, I was playing as Waluigi, so this time I decided to do the battle again, but playing as Wario. I got a little more used to Astaroth's moveset in this game as well, so.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 2. Fight.
I still think Waluigi should have been in Smash with a sports-inspired moveset.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
You weak. Don't push yourself.
I updated Princess Peach as well. Last time I gave her Oswald's moveset, and that just looked really awkward. And here I have Rosalina as well. It was really hard to decide what outfit to give Rosalina, because I know this doesn't quite match the outfit she wears in the game. I picked this one though because the upper half really reflects the sleeveless, well, not sleeveless, but the more bare design up in Rosalina's outfit, where like she has, you know,
You say something?
you can see more of her shoulders and all that. The problem is that the rest of her dress doesn't really match, but I was able to match her sleeves with this, and even the default color really worked for Rosalina, so. Well, it doesn't anymore though, because holy cow, it just smashed her dress off. You won't see that in Super Smash Bros. But yeah, Peach's moveset, I originally had it really messed up because I decided to give her Oswald's moveset, and it just did not work well for her at all. I thought it would work better with Rosalina since she's a character who's known better to float and use magic. So I just decided to give Peach Sophidia's moveset, and I think that works a lot better.
Battle 2. Fight.
Whoa, that was easy.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
It's too bad I wasn't able to give Peach or any of the other Mario princesses their crowns, but there really isn't a crown accessory small enough for them or anything like that. So now I'll show off what it's like to play as Rosalina, and I'll do it against Daisy. Because for some reason a lot of Daisy fans like to pit against Rosalina, because I don't know, a lot of them seem to have felt jealous over Rosalina over the years. Well, hey, she's finally in Super Smash Bros. Now, guys, so can we quit the rivalry now?
So, you wanna fight?
You think you can beat me?
Battle 1. Fight!
It's over!
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Battle 2. Fight!
Man, imagine if Rosalina was this overpowered in Smash Brothers. Yeah, it's too bad Daisy's gonna be a Peach clone in Super Smash Bros. I always thought it would have been fun to give her a moveset inspired by Mario Party minigames. But, you know, it's great that she's finally in the game, but at what cost if she's not her own character?
The battle is over. Show
Battlefield's where I belong.
Rosalina giving an evil maniacal laugh. Oh god. So I forgot to change the name here, but I also decided to modify the Rosalina model I made, and I decided to turn it into Elsa from Frozen, and I think it worked pretty well, but I forgot to change the name. Well, actually I did change the name, but the problem is I accidentally pressed the back button instead of the confirm button, so I changed the name, but then it didn't bother saving it, so she's still Rosalina technically, but
See what you like.
Battle 1. Fight!
Got it.
dang, Frozen 2 is looking more violent than I was expecting.
victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 2. Fight!
It's too bad Elsa won't be a partner in Kingdom Hearts 3, as far as I know. 'Cause if I recall, they announced that in the Frozen level there won't be any partner characters aside from Donald and Goofy. And it's like, darn, that's a shame. That would have been cool to see Elsa fighting with her ice powers and stuff like that. At least she's going to be in it, but it's still a shame that she's not a battle partner. Maybe she's a boss fight or something. I don't know, but...
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Ultimate fears will sabotage one's victory.
Let it go, I beat you. Now we have Terra from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. God, I was not able to recreate his hair, unfortunately. I think I was able to get the rest of him pretty well, but that hair stands out the wrong way. That's not Terra's spiky hair at all.
The wind.
I can't run away. Show me what you got.
Battle 1. Fight!
Sometimes it makes you wonder, like, what would have Kingdom Hearts have been like if it was a crossover between a property that wasn't Disney? So imagine if it was a Square Enix game that crossed over with something from the likes of either Sega, Nintendo, or even something more crazy like Nicktoons, or... I mean, how would that work? Like, instead of Mickey Mouse, what if Sonic was the king in Kingdom Hearts, and instead of Donald and Goofy had, like, Tails and Knuckles? Or what if it was a Nicktoons crossover? What if SpongeBob was their version of Mickey Mouse, and your sidekicks were, like, Patrick and Squidward or something like that?
Claim victory.
It's kind of funny to think about how out of all the things that Final Fantasy could have crossed over to make, you know, Kingdom Hearts, it was Disney. I don't regret it, though. Like, it was such a crazy crossover, but it's one I'll never forget. Now we have Ventus from Birth by Sleep as well, and my god, he looks nothing like his character at all. He looks more like Tidus from Final Fantasy X.
Why hasten your death? Battle 1. Fight!
No point in creating Roxas as a playable character, because he'd pretty much just look like this. Trying to think, like, what other Kingdom Hearts characters I could try making sometime. I could try making Naminé, I could try making Lee, or Axel if you prefer still calling him that. I still like calling him Axel, I don't care if that his name is really Lee. Axel's always a cooler name.
Fight to your last breath.
I could always try making Xehanort. I'm surprised I haven't seen too many Final Fantasy characters be recreated for SoulCalibur VI. I've only spotted one so far. I know someone created Sephiroth, but it really didn't look much like him. But I don't blame
The battle is over.
I don't blame whoever made it, though. There really isn't much to work with to properly recreate Sephiroth. For one, you can't give him a sword or hair long enough to match his. Now we have Crystal from Star Fox Adventures. I forgot to change her name, though, unfortunately, so she's called Mckenzie for some reason. That was the default name, but I really do like how this one turned out. It almost does look like Crystal, minus the face, but I couldn't quite recreate a fox face, unfortunately, but for everything else, I thought it turned out really well. It works really well with Seong Mina's moveset as well. Yeah, I'm still sad Crystal won't be playable in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, it's cool that she's an assist trophy, but it does not make up for all the years of absence. I mean, I've wanted Crystal in there ever since Brawl. Instead, I got stupid Wolf. I'm sorry, I just do not care for Star Wolf that much. I mean, he's not a bad character, I just don't think he was worth, you know, being chosen over Crystal. Especially after his moveset just mostly felt like a copy of Fox's, but worse. So I'm not too excited that he's returning in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but Crystal once again gets the shaft.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 2. Fight!
It also makes me upset that so many Nintendo games have tried excluding Crystal lately. Not only Star Fox Zero, but even the new game Starlink, she's not in it. And it's like, damn it. Like, I hate how everyone blames, a lot of people think, like, Star Fox Assault was the game that killed the Star Fox franchise, and no, it really wasn't. It was Command on DS. I loved Assault. I thought it was a great sequel. I loved how the gameplay was like a mixture of Star Fox 64, but it had a little inspiration from Adventures as well, by allowing you to control Fox on foot. And, you know, I loved the relationship they introduced between Fox and Crystal in that, and then they ruined it in Star Fox Command by, you know, it had all these alternate stories, none of them were canon, and it all started because they decided to introduce some drama that Crystal and Fox broke up with each other, and, you know, right then it ruined the Star Fox franchise for me. And I was hoping Star Fox Zero could hopefully recapture it, though, but it just felt like Star Fox 64 all over again, so I really didn't care for it that much. It wasn't terrible, but I was one of the many who did not like the motion controls. So, yeah, Star Fox Zero was overall a huge disappointment to me. It had a few cool ideas, though, but overall it was a real letdown of a reboot. It just saddens me that because that reboot exists, it just gave the impression that Nintendo wants to act like Adventures never happened, Assault never happened. If anything, they just need to act like Command never happened. That's the game that killed the Star Fox franchise. I thought Assault was a great sequel. Sorry to go on about that for so long, but as you can see here, I have Zero Suit Samus from the Metroid series. I thought she turned out pretty well. I gave her Ivy's moveset to kind of replicate how she had, like, a plasma whip in the Super Smash Bros. Games. Oh, that was easy. Well, that's almost all the characters I have to show, but I do have one last one to show, but I must warn you, it is something pretty terrifying. I decided to make something scary in honor of Halloween, and I'm not gonna lie, I nearly choked after what I saw myself create. Well, have fun sleeping tonight, and happy Halloween, I guess. This is SpongicX. See you next time. Goodbye.